Hi everyone, Mr. Simmer here. So welcome to the Risu Forest Survival Challenge again. I am heading out this morning to go get the baler and the trailer. Just not sure how well this is going to work, but I'm hoping I can haul the baler and the trailer together. But if I can't, I'll bring them back individually. But I'll see you at the store. Alright, so I found this FiatAgri pack, which has both the baler and the trailer. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this up. We only need 15 horsepower to run it, so it's perfect for a low horsepower tractor. And then this trailer comes from that same pack, and it's an auto load trailer. So we'll go with that. I'd love to change the color, but unfortunately that costs money, so survival series really should avoid doing that. So I think there we go. That's the arm there. Whoops. So we got that, and then the question is, can I get, will this attach to the back? I'm not sure if there's a attachment on there or not. It does look like there is a hitch. So given that this is part of a pack, I'm going to try this. There we go. And looks like we're able to pull it. So, although it doesn't look like it straightens out. Oh no, it eventually does, I guess. It just took a little while, which is okay. So, we get in the cab, because again, I can't really see much otherwise. So we'll stay this way, and then we'll head on over where we can. But I'll see you back at our field. Alright, so here we are. I'm going to just kind of go around the edge. We'll see how this works. But before we start, let me just take a look and kind of show you what we've got in a little bit of detail. So, very small bales. They're only 49 centimeters. Very, very tiny working width, which means this is going to take some time. But, you know, it might still be worth the effort. And then you can see it takes these small ones, but it will take up to 105 bales. So the hope is that if I do get a lot of bales off here, and I don't know that I will, that I will be able to, you know, get them there. But once again, you know, I'm not going to be picking up bales with bale spikes, so when I saw this, it really felt like a great possibility here. So let's turn it on, and let's see what starts happening. So we are picking things up, so we'll see. You know, I'm kind of running a headland. I don't know that it makes a lot of sense, but we'll see how this all works and how much it takes, because yeah, like it hasn't even gotten a single bale together yet. I'm assuming once it creates it, it's just going to kind of spew it up there. But I just don't know, you know, how much we had left in you know, in the how much straw we created is what I mean. I'm like not speaking again. I'm sorry for the confusion, but doing a pretty good job. And see, my guess is like that. I think we've already got like 4 bales sitting there. Like this actually seems to take quite a bit of material up, and they're starting to fall off. There we go. I'm assuming with an auto baler that they'll just kind of move themselves, or an auto loader that they'll move themselves around, I hope. I guess we'll see how it all works, because if I have to load these, I'm thinking that's just not going to be reasonable, but right now they're just, I'm not sure how this is going to work, because right now they do just appear to be falling onto the trailer, which means they're going to get stuck pretty fast. So let me see. So operate, I see, operating position, okay, operating position is what I want. There we go. So now it does appear that they're auto stacking. But yeah, I may just need to kind of go around the field, or across the field, and in any way I can, and just take it from there. But you can see we're 2% full with 3 bales. There we go. Now we got 4 bales. So yeah, this is doing what I hoped. I just had to switch to the trailer to make that change. So if you use this mod yourself, just so you kind of have an idea how this all works. So it's not bad. Again, I'll be curious how many we get, how much they're going to be worth. I hope I have somewhere to sell them, honestly. That would be really disappointing. But, probably going to have some stuff to clean up. But at this point, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to head down to the bottom. And we will go ahead and grab a starting line and just start heading across. Get rid of this. I think I've got what I need now. So yeah, they kind of get up there and then fall off eventually. But yeah, the challenge is that this is just going to take a good amount of okay, so I've got to be careful, because basically this is putting me where my tractor is going, but obviously the baler is off to the side a bit, so. But yeah, so with 105, I'm sure once we hit 11, that will give us a bit of, that'll get us to 10%, which it did. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge, because this is a bit of length here to maneuver around. And at this point, I can kind of go wherever. I'll just have to figure out some process, but at this point, I just need to pick all this up, and, this is where I was hoping if I had a harvester that was dropping a straight swath, I could obviously just follow the line, but because of the way this literally just dropped it everywhere on the field, this is going to be literally covering this field. And as you can see here, we're at 54 rows. We're going to be at a lot more than that by the time we're done, because I didn't zero myself at the top, so probably looking at like 70 or 80 rows across here. So definitely gonna be interesting, but definitely some fun here, so we'll just keep having that fun. It's interesting that it suddenly, I don't know why it took all those and dumped them all at once. It emptied the bale thing and put them on the trailer. Maybe the way I turned, somehow they triggered the auto load point. Not sure. Might have been the sharp turn, because I haven't had that happen before. It was just piling those up. So again, at this point, as we learned before, you know, it's probably got 4 bales sitting there in that conveyor spot, or in that ramp, as it's building things up. So let's see. Now if I circle around, yeah, no, yeah, it looks like, yeah, maybe at a certain point it just triggers them. So it took 3 of them off. But it's just hard to tell, like, how much straw, and it's obviously clearly more or less depending on what we hit. Like, there's that big spot to the left there that obviously would add a lot. So let's see, we're going to end up basically, it looks like, with 21 so on a layer. So I'm assuming this will stack 5 high, and then I'll be able to you know, maybe grab more after that. But I'm thinking I'll at least have 105 off of the trailer here, or off the field here, because we certainly have just scratched the surface, and I'm kind of already done with that. So I'm going to go ahead, probably at least do some of this on a time lapse, since this is certainly new work, and we can kind of all enjoy it together. And yeah, we'll just see how it all goes, and see what happens. But definitely, when I'm trying to figure out where to take the full trailer, assuming I get there, which right now I'd be super surprised if I didn't, considering it's 3 or 4 bales just getting across the field. And yes, this is the long part of the field, I understand that, but you know, it's still gonna happen. You know, we're up to row 34 now. But yeah, it looks like every time I turn, I'm basically emptying what's there, other than what's obviously building up inside, which is fine. I don't really care how it unloads. It was kind of nice as it just kept doing it, but the key is to get done, not to do it in a way that makes it more challenging. So I'll probably switch, you know, heading up and down. I mean, the good news is, at least here with the tractor, you know, we're talking about you know, 6 miles an hour versus what we had with the harvester. And ultimately, again, let's keep in mind, this is partially why we're doing this work, is we want ultimately to get money for a new harvester. You know, we need 47,000, so we need basically $13,000 and a little bit more to get that. And yes, I swung around the way I did to kind of get some of that straw under that tree, because at this point, with the 49 centimeter bales, you know, I mean, if we look at this, we're at what, like 400 maybe for a bale, 400 liters. So but when you think about that, I mean, 100 bales, I think that makes it 40,000 liters, because 10 bales would be 4,000. So it's a lot of bales, or a lot of liters of straw if we get that far. So, you know, if we get 40,000 liters, that's just a lot of straw. I don't know what else to say. So that's pretty cool. It's a lot more than we got the oats, because the oats output that we had was basically 10,000 liters, and at this point, you know, again, 10 is 4,000. We're already at 30 bales. Like, we're already at 12,000 liters in bales tossed on here. So this is starting to look more and more like a brilliant idea. The bigger challenge, of course, is going to be to figure out, like, what have I not hit on the field. you know, which rows do I need to go down and so forth, but I'll figure it out. So let me jump into the time lapse, and you know, we'll see you at some point. And again, I may jump cut as well at some point, because I just think, frankly, there's just so much here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to play with my GPS settings a bit, so I'll do that. Alright, so after heading off the field for a bit, at one point I turned and realized that this was having a real difficult time. So I'm unloading the baler, and I'm going to try to fold the baler, see if that changes any of the traction. Now this, you know, is the worst part of the hill, but basically I noticed I was just having a hard time getting up the hill, and so thought if I load the trailer up, I'm really not going to make it. So I think this is about the max I'm going to be able to get. So it's kind of onto that fourth load. But you know, we're obviously struggling to get up the hill here, but I think we're close to the point pretty soon where we'll be able to get some better traction. Alright, so let's see if this, I think this would be the sell point. Yep, there we go. See what we get. 2,400. Not quite sure why that one isn't. Let's see. So let's see if I unload bales here. Okay. I see. Alright. So we got about 2,500. So not bad. You know, certainly, you know, I've alright, lower loading platform, and now operating position. So we want to do that. So yeah, probably putting it in the I wonder if I did in the transporting position if it would have worked differently, but I just think it just stops moving things around then or something. I don't know. But yeah, 2,500. We've kind of barely dented the field, but I don't know, 13,000 may still be a stretch. But, you know, when we kind of think about this, I had, you know, that load is almost as much as I was getting for a full cart of oats off the field. You know, so it's definitely a good start. You know, I will say that for certain. Let me kind of see where I'm at here. And I want to unfold the baler. You know, get that moved over. Lower the pickup. And then turn on the baler. And that should obviously start grabbing some stuff. But, yeah, I mean, the key here is, you know, you can see we've got a lot left to go. I really want to get this pile. I think if I just go near the tree, I think it'll get most of it. I gotta obviously get clear with the wheels, but alright, it didn't get everything, but it did a decent job. But, you know, just like any baling that you do, it tends to be kind of a hit or miss. You usually don't get quite every last liter of straw on the ground, but again, there's a good amount here. I would imagine we've easily got another trailer load for sure like that. Did I lose a bale there, or is it just... I think I did. I'll have to take a look at that. I should be able to maybe go nearby and pick that up, but I'm not quite sure how that all will work. But yeah, if we leave a few liters here and there, that's just kind of par for the course with baling, but the key is get most of it. And you know, at this point, I'm about 10,000 away, so if somehow I could get 4 trailers full, that would be great. But I'm not sure that I'll be able to, but I'm going to make every effort I can to obviously pick all this up and see what I get out of it. So I think we've, you know, included enough for now, and we'll just get back here at the end of the day when we're done. Hopefully we'll be done at the end of the day, because, you know, it is already 11, and that was just one load, so it's definitely taking some effort here to get this done. But I'll do my best to keep moving along, and I will see you in a bit. Last load of bales. Field is clear. I know in the past when it was raining that would decrease the straw on the field over time, but just not sure if that's still the situation here. So just trying to get this as close as I can to a let's see, point where I'll drop them and they'll all sell, and there we go. We can see that didn't work. So let me see, that should, I'm gonna have to play pickup sticks here with these things. So we're going to keep slowly selling things. I'll circle back around, get those, and then sell the last ones. But as you can see, about 41,000. So as expected, didn't make up the amount that I had spent on the baler. I mean, that would be pretty incredible, honestly. Let's see. Alright, there we go. Now we'll just back up, we'll unload, and that'll give us the last 70 or so, 48, there you go. So 41,557. Now we'll also obviously have, you know, it just went to 1900, so, you know, we gained 50 or so for strawberries. And, you know, basically every hour we get a little bit of those. So that is obviously a nice trickle of dollars in. I don't know that it's going to get us, you know, where we need. It should get us pretty close. And once again, selling the harvester along with that to get the new harvester should work. So I think we're on pace, unless I need to buy something more. I still have technically 2 bags of seeds, but they could all be partial, so there is a little bit of that. guess I can kind of leave this out here. So, and then when I need it next time, we'll have it out there. But overall, obviously, our new cycle, our new experiment has gone along. I'm just gonna get my tractor over where it needs to be. You know, we've got that fixed of the little bit where somehow crop destruction got turned on, where on this series I just haven't been, there's enough to worry about and enough challenges to not have to work around that. So again, the next thing obviously is you know, redoing the field, getting things planted, so I need to cultivate, so forth, and then figure out, you know, maybe I'll do another grain so that I can bale again, with the hope that the new harvester will give me some cleaner rows, because I think the baling certainly is worthwhile, and if I can get nice swaths, you know, in essence clear windrows like most harvesters drop, I think I'll be able to do that in a much more expeditious manner. So, yeah, it stopped raining, so that's nice. But, you know, we're here in the spring. Got to make sure we don't forget about weeds next time. That was just a stupid oversight on my part. But, you know, we'll cultivate, and then we'll go through and get all that work done in one more cycle. And the target now is getting ourselves a updated harvester by the time we hit the next harvest. So I'm sure it'll take us a few episodes to do the work in between. So we'll continue on the journey. Hope you'll continue to follow along, and I'll see you next time.